Hey, welcome to my journey into another, I can't get situated, weigh-in video. I am hoping we are out here before anybody decides they need to mow. Because if this season is going to be Thursday mowing day, we're going to have to change weigh-in day. I'll still weigh in on Thursday, but we might have to talk on another day. You know what I mean? Because it's too nice to be in the house. Ooh, it's cloudy. Okay, so cloudy, supposed to rain, storms the day before yesterday up until Saturday. Yesterday I checked the weather. They took all the raindrops off, dropped the chance of rain down real low, took all the little pictures of the raindrops off. Hold on, he's gonna turn right in front of us. I get up today, check the weather. They put all the raindrops right back on there. So David was wanting to till this weekend to get that lime tilled in. It is too soon to germinate seeds, but our tomato plants that I think we kind of got the seeds started too early, they're just way overgrown. Holly says she's afraid if we don't get them in the ground, we're gonna lose them. So we really, even if you didn't get tilled, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out how to get those tomatoes in the ground, I believe. But if it rains, that's gonna mess him up another weekend. Y'all know that's what happened to us last year. Every time he wanted to do something out in the, I thought I was getting bit in the garden. Okay, all right. Okay, well, let's do my weigh-in, and then it's that season, it's bee season. I have already pulled my fly swat up here. Cause I've been, I'm gonna tell you about that too. Okay, first, let's, one thing at a time. Like a toddler. My weight, I was not sure. I was afraid I was going to be up 3 or 4 pounds. Because, honey, let me tell you, my holiday weekend, oh, hey, Liberty, lasted pretty much all week. I am happy to announce I'm only up 1.4. And some people, they have a weight gain, and they're like, how can you say only? I can say only because I know I ate worse than that. I know I did. There were days that I ate like I was going to the electric chair. And then there were days I was sick on my stomach and I hardly ate it all. So I guess those two balanced each other out to give me a nice happy medium of 1.4. I will take it. I was so carb heavy and not sweets. I had Nana Pudding and I had the Angel Lush, and I didn't eat any of the leftover Nana Pudding, but I did eat some of the leftover Angel Lush, and I just threw it away. I put it down the garbage disposal because I'm like, I can't eat it. I had to get rid of it. I had to do that before. I've had to throw stuff away, so I won't eat it, and I hate wasting it, but sometimes you gotta look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture was stop. Well, that's what I had to do with my tater salad. Oh my gosh, that was the best tater salad. Not because I make it good, which I do. Because I had been craving it for so long. And when I finally got my hands on it, it was Katie bar the door. You hear what I'm telling you? So what I had left, I was eating it because I didn't want to waste it. And then finally, a couple days ago, I was like, I got to stop. I cannot eat any more. I just cannot. I was neglecting my protein. I'll tell you this right now, I did not get in hardly any protein this week. A bite here or there, that's it. Hardly any at all. I finally just had to throw the rest of my tater salad away. I hated it. It was a shame because it was a masterpiece. Everybody thinks that about their tater salad. I ain't trying to be no big head. But I had to throw the rest away because I was going to eat it, and I had to stop. I had to just put the brake pedal on when it comes to the carbs. Well, one day I took Sebastian up to Sonic, to the playground. He likes to go out there and run around. And I eat a corn dog and some of the most piffless crinkle french fries you ever seen. Here comes that same truck. Hold on. Okay, here's the funny part. Same truck, same sound, different driver. The other one was a female. This was a female. 2 different ones. Look like the exact same truck. Isn't that weird? I thought maybe she was getting her kid up here to school because they're late. I got behind the school bus. It stops down here at the end of the road. Takes forever for them youngins to come on up the road, to get on up there where they're supposed to be. I'm like, be up there waiting. You know what I mean? And the parents walk them, the mamas walk them, so it ain't like they're up there by themselves. Anyway, that's my rant. Maybe. We'll see what comes up in this conversation. What exactly were we discussing? Oh, taking Sebastian up to Sonic. I had a corn dog, and that, well, I was telling you, them pitifulest. They're called groovy fries. And if you see the pit seat, that's our favorite French fries. Well, it's mine. David likes a different one every now and then. Every now and then I like a steak fry, but crinkles are our favorite. And the picture of them, they look delicious because, you know, normally what you get at Sonic is tater tots. And they're called groovy fries. It comes with groovy sauce, which I didn't get. I just got ketchup. Well, I asked him, I said, are they just crinkle French fries? He said, that's all they are with our fancy name. I said, okay, then that's what I want. They was about that big. You know, tater sticks, the crunchy tater sticks, what used to come in the can, now they come in bags. Remember growing up, we got cans of tater sticks. You could get them 3 for $1 back in my memory when my kids were little, 3 for $1. They was probably 4 for $1 or cheaper when I got them as a kid, you know. I love those things. Well, that's what these were about, like little baby crinkled tater sticks. They were pathetic. I mean, I ate them because I paid for them, but they were pitiful. And I ate my corn dog, so that was fine. But the rest of the week, terrible, terrible. I can't even remember what I did eat. You know, at dinner, I didn't even have no mac and cheese. I didn't have no squash casserole. I had some deviled eggs and tater salad, of course. A little bit of ham. I don't think hardly anything else. But I kept eating because I had a lot of tater salad there because I made a lot. I just kept eating it, and I would eat that as opposed to a protein. So there was a lot of tater salad eating, and I just didn't eat right. So anyway, like I said, I'm happy with 1.4. But I was telling you, I got my fly swat out here because I have been battling the bees already. I done told you last week I got my little fake wasp nest out here. They apparently are not doing their job like they did last year. I have been fighting bees on this porch for a week. Jacob and Sebastian was here yesterday, and you know Jacob likes to play in Papa's car. He calls it his truck, Papa's truck, or Jacob's truck. It's somebody's truck. It's not a car. Blue truck. He come in the house and he said, big long explanation about in Papa's car in the door, and there's a wasp. He knows a wasp because they got them down at their house. And it's a bee, it's a wasp, and it's in the door. And I said, what? And he looked at. I said, come on, show me. He said, I started to come out here and look. I thought I could stand up here and look. He said, no, you have to get your shoes on. I said, okay. So I got my shoes on. I went out there and opened up his car door, and in where the door opens up out this way, you know, the door jamb in here in between that and the back door, a wasp nest about that big with a wasp on it. I told Jacob, I said, get back, and I shut that door. I come in here, I told David, I said, you better get out there and get that thing. So he got up, he ran out here with the fly swat, and he swatted. We stayed in the house. We didn't watch because I didn't know how many was up in that nest. I didn't want no swarming. So he got it, he smushed it, he got the wasp that flew out, he got it killed. I'm like, I had never seen that ever happen, ever. But that's why I knew, ooh, I'm starting to get hot. Okay. That's why I'm sitting here in my fly swat. I was just telling David. I said, I woke up last night, it was on 70 degrees. Should be comfortable when you're sleeping. I woke up to go to the bathroom, sweating, wet with sweat. So I cranked it down to 68. It got so cold in my room, I had to pull the covers all the way up over my head. He said, you're like, and I was telling him that, he said, you're like the 3 bears all rolled into one. I said, how many personalities do you think I have? You know I got more than 3. He says, like, Frazier was talking about Daphne, how many more people are wound up in there or something like that. I'm like, I've lived in this body longer than you've known me. I know. There's a few people in here. I should get them out and name them. What do you think about that? Y'all got any good names? I know some descriptive names, not any woman names. Put it that way. So then I was going to say, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I can finally tell y'all something. I was sworn to secrecy until my mama found out. And she found out Easter. I'm going to be a mama again. RJ and Holly, here's Holly, obviously, are having a baby. Don't have an exact due date yet, but it'll be December. So, yes, I'm getting to be a Momo again. Ain't that something? I've been wanting to tell y'all for a couple weeks now, but I couldn't. They was going to wait until Mother's Day, but they couldn't. They couldn't wait. So, they told them Easter. So, yeah, gonna have me another one. And I have put my order in for a little girl, by the way. Holly wants a girl. RJ said, I just feel like it's gonna be a boy. I said, you might as well just stop. We have 2 boys. A little girl would not hurt things. Of course, you know, any child that is healthy is fine. But who wouldn't want a little girl to buy little dresses for and little Barbie dolls? And listen, when I had RJ, I don't have another one. He was going to be an only child. Purposefully an only child, because I thought he was going to kill me at birth. I said, I ain't doing that again. I ain't getting roped into that again. That was a sucker's bet. Not for the child, for the pain. Because I decided to be the big hero and take it natural, because I didn't want any drugs to harm my baby. No, you're not going to give me no kind of epidural. No, none of that. Not going to hurt my baby. Oh, please. Big mistake. So I said, nope, we'll not have another one. No way, shape, or form. Then I meet David, along comes Holly. She was our little surprise. Well, I can't imagine having it any other way of having a boy and a girl. Having a little boy, what I would have missed out on a little girl. You see what I'm saying? They're so different, and they're so unique, and obviously they're boys and girls. I guess y'all figured that out by now. But just even the little nuances of raising a boy and a girl, not just the big things. There's just like little things. But I think too, it was different for me because I was so much older with Holly than I was with RJ. I was like 23 with RJ and 33, 32 with Holly, something like that. Yeah, because Holly just turned 30 and RJ's going to turn 39 in October. So, there you go. Pregnancies is different night to day too. With RJ, I wasn't sick. Lord have mercy, that was a good pregnancy. Couldn't have asked for a better pregnancy. The birth is what killed me. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Then with Holly, sick with pregnancy. And birth, a breeze. So, there you go. Ooh, the Critter Man. I don't want no critters. We got a man that goes down to Holly's. We call him Snake Man. I don't think he's called Critter Man. They're called something else, but we just call him Snake Man because where she lives, they get a lot of snakes. When his mama and daddy used to live there, there would be snakes just out on the windowsill. I get chills thinking about it. I mean, I've held snakes. I've gone to Ripticon. I've held snakes. I've held a giant python all around. Beautiful yellow and white snake, giant thing all around me. I did that back when I was a young teenager at Cypress Gardens in Florida. I stood up there. I got a picture somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. But when she got moving down there, snakes everywhere. So we got a a snake man that comes regular, and he makes sure to control the rat and the mouse population, because snakes are gonna come and eat that. So he puts out traps for those and traps for snakes. What she heard first, when she first heard it, she told me, she said, there's something in the attic. She said, I think it's a snake. I said, seriously? How do you hear a snake? She goes, I can hear it like slithering through stuff. Whatever's up there, if it's insulation, I don't know. There's some things up there from David's childhood, he said. Like his or teenage years, I don't know. I think, yeah, childhood. I think his old Atari's up there, and I don't know what else is up there. She said, but I hear something. So we got the man out there, and sure enough, there was some snakes up there. So she's got snake traps in the attic, mouse traps in the garage, snake traps in the garage, mouse traps around the outside of the house, and he comes once a month and checks them and rebates them, whatever he has to do. If he has to crawl in the attic, check things, to make sure that that's down. Especially now that we got Jacob. Well, we always had Jacob. I'm just saying, out there playing. He would live outside if you let him. He don't need to be running around out there and hop up on a snake by accident. Them things can hide up in stuff and you not see them. No. Speaking of Jacob, I get to go keep him tonight. They got some kind of, I don't know, Star Wars movie, they're re-releasing, I think is what it is. And so Nathan and Holly want to go because they like the Star Wars. And so I'm itching or something. Something is going on with me. I'm going to go down there and watch him. And I told her, I said, now, if he gives me the sad face to go to bed, I'm just going to let you know he's sleeping on the couch like he did last time. She said, that's okay. When it was bedtime, he gave me that kind of face because his mommy wasn't there. He wasn't sure I was going to be there. Well, will you be here? I said, well, no. Well, will mommy be here? Mommy will be here. Well, will you be here? And I didn't have the heart. I said, well, come on. You'll sleep in here? Yeah. So we got all his stuff and brought it in there, and that's where he slept. He slept on one couch and I slept on the other. So I told her, I said, that's what we'll do again. We'll bring everything in there and he can sleep on the couch. Because I can't take that sad face. I can't take it, not even in the least little bit, because he's so tender-hearted. This child is so tender-hearted. There are certain songs he can't listen to, and it's been that way ever since he was like 2. He's like 3.5. At least when he was 2, Holly, she would tell me when it gets to a certain place on the video, you have to jump through that because he'll start crying at that song. There are certain. He was up here, and y'all know the St. Jude commercials. The music of a St. Jude commercial started playing, and he looked at me, and he got that face. He was fixing to fall out. I had to grab that clicker so fast and change it. It wasn't even funny. When we watch Skeletons, there are songs that will come on one of those skeleton videos, and that's a cartoon, just a fun cartoon that will get him. There are songs he just cannot listen to. He is so tender-hearted. And it's not like they're songs with, it's the music. It's not necessarily the words to it. It's not like he's listening to a sad song and crying over the words. It's the tone, the melody, something. But he's very tender-hearted. And if you even give him a look, you have to catch yourself. If it's not a look of, don't do that. If it's just a look of surprise or just some little exclamation on your face, you have to be careful. Because he will take it as being scolded and it hurts his feelings. Now, Holly scolds him, but she don't have to get mean with him because he's not hard-headed like that. I mean, he's hard-headed in a way because he's 3. But he's not maliciously hard-headed. Does that make sense? But, yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, which y'all gonna see tomorrow ain't gonna be no thrift haul because I had Sebastian Tuesday, and so when I was getting him, I didn't think I had time to get out and do my thrift and make sure I was home by the time he needed to come because they went to the doctor. Him and RJ and Holly went to the doctor, and so I didn't do that. But as luck would have it, Saturday, I went to a yard sale. So it's really a chatting ride with just a couple little things I found at the yard sale. So I said, well, that's good. I'll have a video to go up Friday. I didn't plan it that way. I was going to have it just as a bonus video somewhere when I didn't have something to put up. But as it turned out, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I got something for Friday when I didn't think I was going to have anything for Friday. And Saturday, I noticed the school up here is having a PTO yard sale Saturday. So y'all know where I'm going to be Saturday. I'm going to be right up there. David said, you better get there early. I don't know if they're having it in the cafeteria. I don't know if they're having it. I don't know if they got a gym. Honestly, I don't know what, since they rebuilt that school, redid the whole thing, I don't know what they have in there. I haven't been inside because Holly quit going there in the 5th grade. Yeah, 5th grade. And you know how many years ago that's been. So I ain't been inside since. In a couple of years, I donated some school supplies. Y'all remember I was collecting all them school supplies at the Dollar Tree? Every time something cool would come out and I got them little collections, I donated stuff up here to the elementary school, and I donated some stuff down the road to the middle school, intermediate school. I don't know which one it's called. But even when I went to both of those, I didn't go in. The secretaries met me at the door, and I gave them stuff there. So I guess that's and it was during the summertime when I sent it to school wasn't in, so that's, I guess, part of their security measures, which, you know, I can't blame them for that. But I don't know if they're going to have it inside. I don't know if they're going to have it outside. There ain't hardly no parking up there at all because the little patch of land, that's what I call it, a little patch of land, because it's just a little neighborhood school, and they expanded it. So I don't know where we'll have to have the yard sale. There's a yard out on the side, which will be a perfect place for it, but I don't know where everybody's supposed to park, and I don't know how you get in that gate. If you park on one side of the fence, do you have to walk all the way around the whole school to get in? I don't know. If I got to go on a hike to get into the yard sale, well, I'll still go, but I'll be tired by the time we get there. Well, not we, because ain't nobody going with me. I thought she was waiting. She was coughing. I'm like, I don't know her. I'm trying to think, was there anything else we was going to talk about? I don't think there was. Well, I'm going to pull my plants out today. My succulents in there. It's warm enough out here now. I think they can handle the weather. So I'm going to get them out here. They haven't seen the light of day since I brought them in last fall. Whatever comes through the back in the shade, through the sliding glass doors. I have the sliding glass doors with the blinds on the inside of the window panes. I love that. When we got it, I told David, I said, nope, I'm not getting any other kind. You might as well just mark it down. I ain't getting no other kind. And I'm so glad I did. If you are putting in sliding glass doors, I highly, 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 highly recommend budgeting extra for the built-in mini blinds. So worth it. There's nothing to dust. There's nothing to flop around. There's nothing to be in the way. I don't have any curtains up, but if you want to put a curtain up, you don't have to have a blind in the way, you know. So I highly recommend them. Couldn't recommend them enough. This door back here, I couldn't recommend any anymore. You see the bottom is glass. That stays. And you see the top is glass, but it has one of those hidden screens. So when you bring the top glass down, the glass goes to the bottom and then the screen comes down. So when people come to the door trying to sell me stuff, I would just walk up there, pull my little glass down and tell them no thank you and push my little glass back up. Unless they have opened my door, my storm door, to knock on my wood door, which thoroughly and totally I cannot stand. You don't know me like that. Don't be coming in there knocking on my wood door. You knock on this outside door. I don't like that. I just don't like that. To me, and I know this sounds stupid, but it's intrusive. Please tell me somebody else feels the same way. You can knock on my glass door. Don't open it. I don't know what you're not trying to jiggle my handle or something, you know? You knock on my outside door. And I want to put up a no solicitors list, and I'm leaning back because my back's hurt. I'm leaning on my pillow. My brother called them poo-poos. We'll still call them poo-poos. I'm leaning on my poo-poo. And my nose itching. I'm falling apart. What was I fixing to say? Oh, solicitors. It don't matter what kind of sign you put up. No soliciting, it don't matter. They will come up to you. And you know, I know they're trying to make a living. I know they are. Bless their hearts for doing that. I couldn't do it. I'm not a salesman. I can't sell you nothing. There's some people that can sell ice to an Eskimo. Not me. I probably couldn't sell a bottle of ice water to a desert dweller. I probably couldn't, because I don't like to push stuff on people. But I know they're out there trying to make a living. But when I tell you no thank you, I expect you to say, okay, well, have a nice day. Thank you for your time. Something to that. Don't just keep on and talking over me, trying to get your point. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if it's something I need bigger than snot. You talk over me and act like that, I ain't buying it. Somebody else will get my money, but you won't. Because to me, that's rude. That is just, I don't like that. And if any of y'all were door-to-door salesmen, I apologize. But I don't like it. I think it's rude. Don't overtalk me. Trust me, you're not, I guess it works on some people. Some people give in and let them in the house. No, you ain't getting in my house. Honey, no. That ain't happening. Them days are long gone. I have let people in my house before, back in the day when it didn't matter, you know. You come in, well, come on in a minute, you know. Sit there and listen to what they got to say. Times were different. Different. Listen, coffee's not been being my best friend either. I got that Victor Allen. Gosh, my nose is itching. I got that Victor Allen coffee, and it is less bitter. Except sometimes, like today, it's feeling kind of bitter. Some days it still hurts my stomach. The coffee does. So I hadn't eaten yet, so this probably ain't doing me no favors. But I went to the grocery store, got that done. So I said, well, I'll come on here and get this film, because since I got to go down to see Jacob and I got to deal on some chicken, so I got to go in there and work up some chicken. That'll take me a little while. So I thought, well, I better go ahead and get this done. But I don't know if there's anything else exciting to tell you not. I only told you one thing exciting so far, and that's going to be another Momo. It's going to be another Momo. But it'd be funny because Sebastian's birthday's in December. What if they were on the same birthday? That'd be wild. Well, that's all I know. I'll zip it up from here. So come back tomorrow for my little chatting hall, small little yard sale finds. And I'll see you then.